Good evening, I'm Jenny Day. Thanks for joining us. Some attorneys in the Valley carry nearly 1,600 cases instead of the 400 recommended by legal standards, and that is why they are set to strike. Good evening, I'm Jenny Day. U.S. Senator Martha McSally in Yuma tonight, speaking with Marines about sexual assault within the military and also taking questions about the emergency declaration just signed by the Yuma mayor regarding the border crisis. Maribel, thanks. Turning to health news now, a new study finds a poor diet is responsible for more deaths worldwide than any other cause. Well, some alarming numbers tonight. The number of suicides among active duty Marines has reached a 10-year high. We do begin with breaking news at this hour. This is unconfirmed, but we are hearing a lot of reports that a helicopter has gone down in the counties in Yuma. The pilot was taken to the hospital. We are also told that there are downed power lines in that area.
Anthony, we are coming to you live from the top of the Ferris wheel. I feel so lucky I have the best seat in the house. Anthony, Air Force One touched down at Naval Air Facility El Centro, and then the President of the United States toured the border wall right here in Calexico, really the nation's biggest issue happening in our own backyard. I'm Jenny Day with the local media here in Calexico. We have been covering this now for months. I'm just curious though, so many of these migrants are crossing illegally, so how would shutting down the southern border help if they're crossing illegally and not through ports of entry?
Well, we're going to shut it down if we have to, but Mexico can do it very easily, and they've been, as you know, Jenny, they've been doing a very good job over the last 4 days.
More now on the largest fentanyl bust in U.S. history. Customs and Border Protection seized nearly 650 pounds of illegal drugs from the Nogales port of entry right here in Arizona, enough to kill more than 50 million people. Border Patrol agents at the checkpoint on Highway 86 say a man tried to smuggle almost 10 pounds of meth into California. Giving back, man, 10 million off like a $2 scratch.
I know, he certainly deserved it, though.
Thanks for watching. Following a nearly 3-month-long trial, a jury found Mexican drug lord Joaquin El Chapo Guzman guilty. Welcome back. Just a reminder tonight that the wildfire danger really is year-round in Southern California. Let's get back to that breaking news now. We are getting our first look at that chopper that went down in the counties in Yuma. This is near Highway 95 and West County 14th, so please avoid the area if you can. We have been told that APS is on the scene working on the power lines that went down, so if you don't have power in that area, this is why. Again, a confirmed helicopter has gone down. Blake, thank you. And the community is showing a lot of support for the woman who was killed in a tragic wrong-way crash on the 8 earlier this week. Another mom taken too soon. Authorities are looking for a suspect in the hope of putting a stop to a string of burglaries. Calexico police say this man might be connected to a rash of nighttime burglaries. They say he broke into a business, causing considerable damage. Drug smuggling used to be a much larger operation. Imagine this, a kilogram of flour. But picture that it's fentanyl, which is 50 times more potent than heroin, much easier to hide, and this amount alone can be turned into $10 million worth of product. Well, after months of sending signals about a withdrawal, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said today the U.S. will suspend a key nuclear arms pact with Russia. Pompeo said Russia has been violating the Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty for years now. Thank you for joining us on this special edition as we remember U.S. Senator John McCain. I'm Jenny Day. The Maverick, John McCain, being remembered here all week. Yesterday, the senator was at the Arizona State Capitol where thousands showed up to pay their respects. Even though they narrowed down the E. coli outbreak to the central coast of California, our farmers are still feeling the effects of having to dump truckloads of lettuce.
Already in just 2 days of the fair, 43,000 people have showed up, but now it is time to give the livestock some love.
Luckily, the Treasury Department could redeem some or all of the money, but get this, it could take a year or two. I would be taping it carefully back together. Thanks for your time tonight. Until that drawing, though, players continue to buy tickets and a dream. I'm guilty. They were the happiest ones on the block. Thanks for watching. Always appreciate it. We're back tonight at 6.
People have different financial means, but if you can give even a small amount, you know that it will go really far. So I want to check in with Pat. She's our official turkey counter.
Thanks for staying with us tonight. We are talking about the primary election. We're encouraging you to get out and vote on August 28th. So someone who is running for Congress, Sergio Arellano, Arizona Governor Doug Ducey, Representative Martha McSally, Congresswoman Kyrsten Sinema, now running for U.S. Senate. Appreciate your time. We're back right after this. Smoke on board a school bus. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jenny Day. Anthony has the night off. Thankfully, everyone on board that school bus is okay tonight, but a pretty scary scene for students who were on their way home from school. Well, authorities say there is an arsonist on the loose. There's been a series of recent haystack fires in Imperial Valley. Here's News 11's Billy King. Billy, thank you. And a pan of oil heating on the stove was left unattended and led to an apartment being completely damaged by smoke and fire. It was just before 2 this morning at the Camelot Apartments in Yuma. Thankfully, firefighters were able to stop it from spreading to other units, but in all, at least 8 people had to evacuate. Another large group of people were caught trying to cross into the United States illegally over the weekend. Yuma Sector Border Patrol say 49 people from Guatemala were seen using a ladder to get over the 16-foot fence. And sadly, during their attempt, a 3-year-old girl fell off of that ladder and thankfully only suffered minor injuries. Border Patrol agents were there to help out and then took that large group into custody. Well, there was a major drug bust at the Highway 86 checkpoint in Salton City. 109 pounds of meth and 13 pounds of cocaine were found underneath the floorboards of the driver and passenger seats. And El Centro Sector Border Patrol agents also say they busted a man smuggling liquid meth. It was stashed inside his truck's gas tank. Agents say the 75 pounds of liquid meth has a street value of close to 200 grand. The 22-year-old man from the U.S. was arrested after dogs once again alerted to his vehicle. Well, it is finally the beginning of a new and paid work week for hundreds of thousands of federal workers. But how long will the government stay open? There are only 3 weeks before the next government funding deadline. Omar Jimenez is in Washington to explain. Welcome back. We do have breaking news just into our newsroom. We have an update now on the triple homicide from Labor Day when 3 young men were killed. Jimmy Jordan was named a person of interest, and we are being told that he has turned himself into investigators. They really just said all they want to do is question him. Yes, good evening. Early results are coming into our newsroom. Well, in a span of just 48 hours, Customs and Border Protection officers in San Diego and Imperial counties kept almost $2 million worth of drugs and 10 wanted fugitives off American streets. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. President Trump is taking his argument for a border wall straight to the public with an Oval Office address tomorrow night. Meanwhile, there is no sign that the partial government shutdown will end anytime soon. Well, here we are, Anthony.
Yes.
But a record number of people called out sick from work today, according to a survey from the Workforce Institute. The Monday after the Super Bowl is known as Super Sick Monday. This year, the survey estimates 17.2 million people missed work.
Question is, though, are employees faking it?
It's right up your alley. Thanks for watching tonight. Have a good weekend.